parish. I wonder if your newspaper might be interested in what is causing such a stir in Candleford. We have stolen a march on Oxford where Paris is concerned.
My dear, how's your heart? Your ma died of her heart and you're older than your ma ever was.
Well, what kind of maudlin talk is that?
Thomas Brown, how does Queenie look to you?
She looks like Queenie.
But how does she look in herself?
Hale, hearty.
Only she's been wheezing, see?
So have I. What is it bothering you, Mr. Turrell?
She will die.
Ah, yes. In fact, we will all die. In the end. In our turn.
That in the point of it. What if she dies and I don't?
We must achieve speed, child. Speed and perfection.
Surely will, ma'am. Pearl, on such an occasion as this, when we are surrounded by our friends, such goodwill...
Nonsense, Ruby. This is entirely a business affair.
But such a gathering, the support of our neighbours. Is it not an indication of the fondness that they feel?
We must harness this opportunity to generate income. Every encounter is a potential sale. Every conversation will be a customer in the making. That must be ever present in our minds.
Perhaps not ever present. Candleford is so full of people who might offer a hand of comfort, of sustenance. And this event, you see, it holds the possibility for us to deepen, to lean upon.
Ruby, must I forever correct your wayward thinking?
I hope to not always be a burden to you, Pearl.
My sisters and I would find a clump of white violets in a cleft of the brook bank, and we called it our holy secret. We would guard them the day long. We're only about 6 or 7. We loved our little secret.
Ethel, the tree. Let's go climb it. Come on.
I have been watching you.
What is it, Ma? What does it say?
It's nothing. Nothing to do with us. Come on. Woo!
Mum, you know how my sisters vanished and were gone? And, Mum, I didn't notice how, before they vanished, they were different.
What are you two doing out here?
Ma'am, Daniel has been sending and receiving telegrams all afternoon. And, ma'am, it appears that Mr. Reppington is not Mr. Reppington.
Oh, really? The mystery deepens.
When Laura told me the timing of his arrival here, I realised there was a coincidence. Have you ever heard of William Bourne?
The concert pianist, of course.
It appears that he vanished without trace around the same time that Mr. Reppington arrived here in Candleford.
I've been looking at newspapers from the time. There was great speculation about why William Bourne should suddenly disappear from London society.
I expect he might have grown weary of it. Society can be very tiring.
And with this man in the hotel, who no one has seen, and with gramophone records being delivered.
William Bourne's tour of Europe was a major success. He created such a clamour that members of the audience were left collapsed and thrown into a trance by his playing.
How fascinating.
So why is he in hiding?
Don't you think you're jumping to conclusions based on a coincidence of dates?
William Bourne was known for his fondness of riddles and ciphers.
Ma'am, Minnie is asleep.
She was becoming anxious whenever she mentioned her sisters, so I told her to close her eyes and take slow breaths. Now, every time she utters the word sister, she falls to sleep.
Oh, the post office. Oh, Miss Lane.
The latest ladies' apparel to be paraded in order that clients might enjoy the enticement.
Oh, but I cannot afford the latest fashions.
There, Miss Pratt.
It is only that I would be personally grateful if you two were to favour the occasion.
Miss Pratt, I'm a man. I cannot look at women wearing clothes.
Oh, what Thomas means is ladies exhibiting enticing attire.
Thomas, you and I have passed the time of day every day for so many years. It would mean a great deal to me if you were to come. Perhaps if you were to come for the refreshments and a waltz or two, you might avert your eyes during the parade.
Thomas, if you are not required to actually look.
Well, it is for a good cause. Yours and your sister's business.
Oh, I'm glad you can see things that way. My sister will welcome your support. Pearl is not as invincible as she cares to present herself. The event will be quite a trial for her, for us.
In the spirit of neighbourliness, Margaret.
I suppose we might oblige.
You have always been such cherished friends.
And will continue to be so.
We are not going anywhere.
William Bourne here in Candleford. Think of it. There is something in that cipher Miss Lane is concealing from us.
It is a message between Mr. Reppington and Miss Lane. What business is it of ours?
Laura, do you not see the import of this? There is a newspaper recently launched in London. It has a readership of 1 million people.
I shared your excitement, Daniel. The sending of those telegrams. The idea that this great man is in our midst. The mystery of why. But what we do with
William
that...
Bourne is loved by many people. They want to know, like us, what has become of him. What is wrong with telling them?
Because he does not want to be found. I can see what you're thinking, Daniel. A national newspaper. This could be the making of you. Of course you will think that. But is that who you want to be?
I hoped you might come out. Do you walk out here every night? Or was it the thought that I might return?
Perhaps I am as curious about you as you are about me.
I have been wondering, why did you come to Candleford? You could hide in Venice, Niagara Falls, Timbuktu.
You underestimate the delight of your town. What I see from my window is wondrously English.
My father used to say that Candleford was peculiarly English. That was why he stayed. Opened the post office and the forge. Why he poured himself into the life of this town.
Aha! Now I understand. You were born into the hub of the town, the mixing pot of other people's lives.
I like to tell the tale of how he took to his bed for 9 days, so that I might find my feet